Alright, here we are for week 5 of the IPA, going up against the Toronto Maple Leafeons. You can see their team in the bottom right there. Got Lele, Gliscor, Bombi, Chandelure, Drapion, Rotom-Frost, Mega Gallade, Serperior, Skarmory, Milotic, and Kangaskhan. Now, they did make 5 transactions the week before, and I had actually, or the week of, so for this week, 5 transactions, and I actually had already built a team. I don't really know why, but I already built a team for his team, and it was completely different. He didn't have Lele, Gliscor, Serperior, Skarmory, or Milotic. He had Dracovish, Hippowdon, Celebi, Excadrill, and something else. I'm trying to remember. I can't really think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, basically, the team was a lot different. So I had to re-prep and change a few things around. So, yeah, I mean, his team, I think, matches up really well against me. I really have no Lele switch-ins. Scarf Lele is a really big problem for me. Just Lele in general. And then Gallade is really good against me. I like an Ice Punch, Poison Jab Gallade just really destroys my team, pretty much. So hopefully we can, I don't know, we have to win to even have a shot at the playoffs. We have to win this game, so we'll see how it goes. Let's see what we brought. We have the Choice Scarf Manectric. It will outspeed Tapu Lele 100% of the time. So I got a Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Switcheroo. Volt Switch and Thunderbolt pretty obvious, and then Flamethrower is nice for Serperior. Also hits for Bombi a little bit harder. It's Rotom-Frost, which is great. Which I actually do think Rotom-Frost comes to this matchup. It does have a pretty good matchup against me, honestly. Ice and Electric are pretty damn good against me. So. Yeah, and then we have Switcheroo in case I predict a Gliscor coming in. I can just go for Switcheroo. It's better than having Ice Fang. I mean, Ice Fang, just even if I'm not, even if I put the 80 EVs into attack, it's not a lot of damage on Gliscor. So we're not going to worry about that. And, because he'll probably be physically defensive. Honestly, Gliscor, Skarmory, Milotic is just such a good core against me, in my opinion. I just think it destroys. As long as Marowak's gone, then yeah. But anyway, we got this Manectric here. Basically here to outspeed everything, and it hits Skarmory and Milotic really well. Again, Gliscor is really his main switch-in for my Manectric, and hopefully I can get that Switcheroo off. I know I'll be losing my Scarf, but I think that's worth it to Switcheroo and give him a Scarf. That way he's kind of neutered in a way, or I don't know how to say it. He's, he obviously better with the Toxic, and hopefully if he switches in and he hasn't even been poisoned yet, then he won't even get the poison heal, which is awesome. So I know I'll get Toxic, but I'll take that trade any day. So next up we got Greninja. I'll outspeed Serperior unless it's Scarfed. We got Life Orb with U-Turn, Surf, Ice Beam, and Grass Knot. I don't really need Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse doesn't hit. My other 3 moves hit everything harder than Dark Pulse does. So that's just that. I mean, the only Dark Pulse actually is super effective against is Chandelure, which I can just surf. So Grass Knot's great for the Milotic. Maybe if I can predict a Milotic switch in, I can go for Grass Knot, do a hefty chunk, and then as he switches, I can go for a U-turn, something like that. So hopefully, and I didn't feel like putting the EVs into attack. I just wanted to put them in HP just in case we can live a hit, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. This is also important to keep around because he can't lock himself into Psychic if we have Greninja around. If he Scarf Lele, he can't lock himself into Psychic if he is Scarfed, as long as Greninja's around. So there's gonna be a lot of mind games with that, I think. Next up we have Finny. It's Max Spadef, Max HP, Assault Vest. This set is purely for Lele. I can switch in and get rid of his Psychic Surge so that his Psychic attacks do much less. Nature's Madness is just a great move in general. It's not like Super Fang because I can hit every single mod with Nature's Madness. With Super Fang, you can't hit Ghost types and whatnot, but with Nature's Madness, it's a Fairy type move, so I can hit anything. And then Surf is just great. Moonblast, Shadow Ball. I have to run 3 or 4 attacks because of Assault Vest. Does it get Mirror Coat? I actually never even checked if it got Mirror Coat because I might want to run. It doesn't look like it does, but okay, that's fine. I wish I got Mirror Coat. That would be pretty nice. Actually, is it one of the moves that you don't ever use? I don't think so. I think it's a pretty good move. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Shadow Ball can hit Lele. Now, Nature's Madness will probably do more to it until it gets like really low, and in which case I have Shadow Ball to do a little bit more than Moonblast on it. So yeah, pretty solid. Again, really just here for the Lele specifically. I mean, it's also great for Rabombi and Chandelure to an extent, and Milotic, but um, yeah, hopefully, I mean, I can't switch into Milotic, but I can't do much else about that. I mean, I can Nature's Madnesses, but it's going to be able to recover. How many Nature's Madnesses do I have? I have 16 of them. Okay, I'm pretty sure you get 16 recovers too, but I think I'll be going for Nature's Madness more than he'll be going for recover. So we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. So let's move on. Sorry, I was just looking at something. Let's move on to Mira. Max HP, max attack. Pretty obvious. I mean, this thing really does rip a hole through his team. I can switch into Rotom pretty well because I do have the Lightning Rod. Kind of like Deja Vu from last week. I mean, he had Rotom Mo, and now I think I just said Rotom Mo, in fact. I meant Rotom Frost if I said Rotom Mo. I can switch into that thing pretty well. Again, it can get Shadow Ball, but then it's kind of limiting itself. I can go for Substitute against a few things that want to switch, like Superior will probably, I mean, as long as he's not boosted, he'll probably want to switch against me, and even if he is, he probably doesn't want to risk losing the Superior if he does bring it. I can switch into Rabombi pretty well. I'm great against Skarm, I'm great against Lele, I'm pretty good against Gallade. He might stay in and click knockoff, but if it doesn't, I am max HP, so I get a good amount of bulk. So if I live that hit, I can hit him back with Poltergeist. Earthquake's just primarily there for Drapion if he does bring it. I didn't really feel like I needed to bring Shadow Bone because a lot of his mons are pretty dependent on items. I mean, maybe Milotic doesn't bring an item, but I mean, Shadow Bone's not really too KOing if he's Fizz Def anyway, so that's okay. And even if it is, like, he can just heal outspeed me and go for like a Scald and do a lot of damage. And if I'm low, then I'll just die to that. So I'd rather just have the Poltergeist. So yeah, that's that with the. And then sub is just if he's switching, I don't know what he's going to switch into. I can get a free attack off on something without having to predict. So next up we got Kayak. Okay, can you see that? No, okay. Next up we have Kayak. Great for a few different things. It's great for Superior. I can clear Smog, so if he goes for the Leaf Storm, I can mitigate that. I can switch into Milotic pretty well with this mon. I mean, it's also here mainly for Superior and Rabombi. Those are the two mons that I can really stop with Amoonguss. I considered running Toxic on it, but I don't really think I need it. I think Clear Smog plus Sludge Bomb does the trick against those two mons pretty well. And then we got Spore and Giga Drain just for being able to do that, I guess. So Rabombi and Superior, I don't actually see him bringing. I mean, I see him bringing, but I'm actually not predicting it in the 6 that I'm predicting. But on the off chance he does bring those, I need something for those two mons. So this is what I got for it. Last but not least, we got our Landorus Tyson. I mean, okay, doesn't want to cooperate. We got Landorus fully Fizz Def for the Gallade. I do have a Yache Berry. Pretty sure if he's at -1, Ice Punch does like 30% to me with the Yache Berry, which was clutch in one of my mocks. I was at like 32%, and he Ice Punched me, and I lived at like, I don't know, 3% or 2%, something like that. And I Earthquake, and I didn't kill, but I did a lot of damage. So I might switch out either Knockoff or U-Turn, or maybe even Earthquake for Defog, because I don't have any. If he brings Sticky Web or Bombi, that's gonna be really annoying. And also, like, I just in general can't. I just haven't decided. I think I am gonna run Defog. I just haven't decided what move I want to take off. It'll probably be Knockoff, because if I'm switching to Mega Gallade, I'm clicking Earthquake every time against that thing, and I don't really think I need Knockoff. It's not necessarily important in this matchup, so yeah, hopefully. I mean, again, it's not a great answer because Ice Punch will do a lot to me if he predicts my Landorus, which is pretty obvious switch in, knowing that if he thinks I'm defensive or if he already knows, then he can just make that switch or predict that switch and go for Ice Punch, and then my Yachi's down. It's already been used, so then he can just Ice Punch me again, So it's gonna be tough. This matchup is definitely tough in my opinion, but we'll see how it goes. In fact, I'll just change it to default right here. Um, so just so that I don't forget later because I've done that in the past. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. The team builder. I'll cut to the battle right here, and you'll see if our playoff run stays alive. I can barely call it a playoff run, but yeah. Okay, I'll see you there. I'll see you then. Alright, here we are with the battle. Facing off against Spicy Phoenix and the, what are they? Toronto Maple Leafeons, I think? Something like that. But yeah, here we are with the battle. As you can see, he brought everything I expected except for Rabombi. I'm not surprised he brought Rabombi because he really likes trying to set up and win with that thing. I don't know if I said this in Team Builder. It's got like 8 kills in 3 games played, so definitely knows how to use Rabombi, or at least likes to use it. I thought he'd bring Rotom Frost, but he didn't, so looking at the lead, I'm thinking with Rabombi there, it might lead and bring Sticky Webs, and if it's not that, then it's probably just Quiver Dance, which isn't really a problem for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna lead Landorus and expecting the Skarmory. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and play. I'm gonna lead. So yeah, he leads Skarmory as I lead Lando. I get the Intimidate off, which I don't really know if that's really going to matter. I go for Rocks as he also... yeah, he goes for Rocks, okay. I thought it was Spikes for some reason, but no, it's just Rocks. So in comes the Kayak as he's going to not Will-O-Wisp, he's going to Whirlwind me out, which is a little bit annoying. I'm going to Defog. I didn't want to Defog at first because I was actually predicting him to Defog or do something like that with on the Amoonguss, and then I could just go for a Spore. But he brings out Mira here, which is a good situation for me. I believe I just click sub here. Yeah, I do click substitute, which is great. As he goes for the Scald to break my sub, and I go for a Poltergeist. I always think that this is failing, but it didn't fail. It just uses his... Oh, sorry about that. It just uses his leftovers, so we do a little, or not a little, a lot of damage to that. Now, I predict him to switch into either Gliscor or, like, Skarmory, but he just stays in. I also didn't want to risk him scalding and me dying to that, so I bring in Greninja. He actually goes for Hypnosis, which is kind of interesting, as now I'm asleep. I burn a turn there because I knew that my loader can't do much to me, and then I just click U-turn. I do get a second turn wake. Well, it's the first opportunity I could wake up, so that's awesome. I get a lot of damage off on this Finny, and then I get to go into, or Lele, and I get to go into Finny. And here I'm just going to go for Nature's Madness, do a good amount. I knew it was going to be good against really anything on his team. Here I just click Surf, see what he wants to do. He goes for the Quiver Dance, which is okay. Games between a Amoonguss here and just clear Smog this guy. And basically, it's a good situation for us. He goes for Psychic, but that doesn't even do much because we are Spit F, so that's good. I'm going to go for the Clear Smog. He has the Kebia Berry, doesn't really matter. I'm assuming that was for Beedrill. So yeah, he goes into Skarmory as I believe. Okay, I just go for Sludge Bomb because I believe Rabombi has like an ability that prevents it from falling asleep. It and its allies, which would include obviously it. So I didn't want to go for Spore there in case it had that ability. So yeah, and then he just has the momentum with the Skarmory. He's gonna be able to Drill Peck. Then I gotta switch out of Landers because I can't really do much. And I just go for that. And this thing has Rocky Helmet, so I'm kind of glad I didn't U-turn with the Landorus. Oh wait, no it doesn't. No, yes it does. Okay. It does, but Poltergeist actually doesn't use the Rocky Helmet, so... yeah, he's just going to go for the Roost. He's going to stall me out a little bit here. Hoping that I don't know. Like, if I go for Poltergeist, I actually don't get hit by the Rocky Helmet, which is interesting. He's going to get burned here. It's not really going to end up mattering. I was hoping he'd go for like a Roost, or he obviously doesn't switch here. I was hoping he'd go for a Roost, but he just hits me with the Drill Pick, which makes sense. So I'm not gonna be able to sub, which is okay. Probably I could have switched, but I don't know. I just leave Mira in here to die to the knockoff, as my Thick Club comes off there, and now I'm gonna bring in Landorus. But I forgot about the inner focus, so that's kind of annoying. I did not even think about that. I can't intimidate this mon, and at this point it's just going to bulk up. If I bring out a Moongus there, it could die to Zen Headbutt, so I didn't really have a better switch in. So I go for Defog to get the rocks off, as yeah, this is a bad situation for me. He's got bulk up. Obviously he's gonna have Drain Punch, um, and he's already shown the knockoff. I'm assuming his last move is gonna be Psychic Stab, but here's the Drain Punch. Because I am defensive, I'm gonna be able to take it pretty well. I go for the Earthquake, and he takes a little bit more damage than he got health back, but he's just gonna be able to Drain Punch there. And this is a really, really bad situation for me. I go to Greninja just to get the I don't know, some damage off. It doesn't do that much. I'm assuming he's just like bulky because of the bulk up kind of thing. He probably has like Spit F investment or something like that. He gets the Drain Punch off, does a lot. Obviously, I'm just sending Mons out. I know I've probably lost by this point because I didn't have much for bulk up Gallade. I tried to prep for as many things, but you know, you try to have foresight, and when you don't, you just kind of lose to certain things. Mega Gallade is one of those mods. He goes for the knockoff, so I guess he didn't have Psychic Stab. I don't know what his last move was, because if it was sub, he probably would have gone for it against Landorus, seeing how little the Earthquake was doing. I go for Clear Smog. I don't really. I just click Spore and then I click Clear Smog. Gonna get the heck out of there. Get my Regenerator back. A little bit of that. Psychic does like nothing. He did get the Spit F drop. He's gonna go into Gliscor. I believe I just click Moonblast. Yep. I don't really. I mean, I wasn't predicting. So he's got the leftovers on Gliscor, which is interesting that he doesn't have Toxic Orb, but that's obviously fine. I go for the Surf here. Get a crit, which is clutch. Just kidding. And I believe he goes for Scald. I go for Nature's Madness here, and I miss. So whatever. I believe this turn I go into the Amoonguss. Do I? Or do I just stay in? I don't think I care at this point. Yeah, he's actually gonna let me get a kill here. If he just stays in and clicks Hypnosis, he could do some good things. But because my Spit F drop, I take a little bit more from that Moonblast than I probably should have. Now comes Lele, and I can't do anything. If I stay in, I die. If I switch, I also die. So Psychic goes off. Amoonguss goes down. My last mon is Finny. Finny is my last chance to make the playoffs. If I had some kind of Calm Mind Salic Berry set. Actually, Shadow Sneak was probably Gallade's last move, just for priority. That's probably what it was. He goes for knockoff, knocks off my Assault Vest. I don't even think I was paying attention at this point. I didn't even know that he knocked off my Assault Vest, but it wouldn't have even mattered because Lele can just come in here and click Psychic, and that'll be that. So I actually do take it. So hold up 1 minute. That doesn't do enough though, so I'm gonna die to this next one. So GG's to I think it's Geek Yogurt Toronto Maple Leaf Eons. Thanks for the battle. Was not able to get it done here. 3-0. We made it a little bit more respectable than it probably should have been. So bulk up Gallade, I just didn't have much for. I mean, it's not that I didn't prep. I definitely did put in the effort to prep. You can't prep for everything. So bulk up Gallade, I don't really think my team handles at all. So that is what it is. I mean, I probably should have U-turned out instead of just clicking Earthquake. Like if I click U-turn, well, I click Defog, right, and then he bulks up again. I click U-turn that turn, and how am I supposed to know he doesn't have Zen Headbutt, right? So I really thought that he'd have at least dual stab and just not Shadow Sneak. Like that would be fine if you're like a bulkier Gallade, you just don't have Shadow Sneak. So I didn't want to bring in Amoonguss. Everything else just dies pretty much. I guess I could have brought in Finny, but again, if it has Zen Headbutt, it probably just kills. So yeah, it's a tough situation, but we're gonna lose that. So I don't know. I might just be packing some heat in the next 2 weeks just for fun. I'll see. I guess I can actually see if I can possibly make playoffs, and if I can't, then I'll just have fun with it because it's Pokemon. So whatever. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever it decides to be.